we're going to explain how to rip a Vuse pod without a battery. This method focuses on accessing the e-liquid inside the pod for purposes other than vaping, such as refilling other devices or experimenting. Remember, this is for informational purposes only. We are not endorsing or encouraging underage vaping or any illegal activities. Always be aware of your local laws and regulations regarding nicotine and e-liquids. Proceed with caution and at your own risk. Here's how you can do it. 1. Gather your supplies. You'll need the Vuse pod, a small sharp object, like a tiny screwdriver or a very sharp knife. Be extremely careful. And a small container to catch the e-liquid. 2. Inspect the pod. Carefully examine the Vuse pod to identify its weakest point. Look for any seams, cracks, or thin areas in the plastic casing. This is where you'll attempt to puncture it. 3. Carefully puncture the pod. Using your chosen sharp object, gently and slowly create a small hole in the weakest part of the pod. Avoid applying excessive force to prevent the pod from shattering and spilling the e-liquid everywhere. Go slowly and carefully. 4. Extract the e-liquid. Once a small hole has been created, slowly tilt the pod and allow the e-liquid to drain into your collection container. You might need to gently squeeze the pod to help the liquid flow. 5. Clean up. Once you've extracted as much e-liquid as possible, carefully clean up any spills. Remember, e-liquids can be messy and potentially stain clothing or surfaces. 6. Disposal. Properly dispose of the empty Vuse pod according to your local regulations. Do not litter. Remember, this method involves puncturing the pod's casing, so there's a risk of injury. Always prioritize safety and take your time. If you are uncomfortable with this process, do not attempt it. The e-liquid inside is nicotine-containing and should be handled with care, keeping it away from children and pets. Always be aware of the risks involved. This information is for educational purposes only and should not be interpreted as an endorsement of any illegal or harmful activities. We strongly advise against attempting this unless you are fully aware of the safety risks and handle the e-liquid responsibly.